Hi digital scrapper friends, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you are hanging out with me in my little studio today. In this video, I'm going to show you another way to write text in a circle. I know there are plenty of Photoshop experts out there who've shared this before. So why am I doing it? Well, because it is fun. And honestly, sometimes their explanations go by so fast for me that I feel like I don't really catch everything. I'm not an expert, but I love sharing what I've learned. Plus, making this video helps me too. I can always come back and rewatch them, which is a great way for me to refresh my memory later. So, get comfy, grab your favorite drink or snack. I have my tea here with me. Let's get started. Before we jump into writing text in a circle, let's get the background ready first. I'm starting with a 5x5-inch document at 300 pixels per inch with a white background. Next, grab the ellipse tool. If you don't see it, it is nested under the rectangle tool. Just click and hold to find it. Make sure here on the tool options, the tool mode is set to shape. And then click on the fill icon. And from there, click the color picker. I'm using this color with the hex code number EDCA 98. But feel free to use any color you like. Click OK. Now let's add a stroke. Click on the stroke icon and then the color picker. And choose a color you like. I'm going with E9E0D2. Click OK. And then press Enter or Return if you are on a Mac to close that little pop-up. I'm going to set the stroke to 62 pixels. But you can also simply click and drag right on the word stroke to quickly adjust the size. And here, since I'm drawing the circle freehand, I won't add numbers to the width and the height. But you can if you want an exact size. If you do that, you can actually skip the settings step. But because I'm drawing it freehand, I will click the settings icon to open the additional shape and path options. Set the thickness to 1 pixel. Choose circle, draw diameter or radius. Press Enter or Return on a Mac. By doing this, we can draw a perfect circle without needing to hold the Shift key. But you will still need to press the space bar to move the circle into the spot you like as you are drawing it. And of course, make sure Align Edges is checked. On the document, click and drag to create the circle. In the menu bar, go to Layer, Rasterize, Shape. Now we are going to create the circle text. In the toolbar, grab the ellipse tool again. This time in the tool options, click on the fill icon and choose the no color icon on the left. Do the same for the stroke. Set it to no color. And then set the stroke size to 0 pixel. Set both the width and the height to 0 pixel. Now, draw a circle on your document, placing it as close as possible to the inside edge of the colored circle you made earlier. Press Ctrl plus Mac Command plus to zoom in so you can see more clearly. And then, while you're clicking and dragging to draw the circle, hold down the space bar to move it into the exact position that you want. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than the inside circle. You can eyeball it to make it center. All right, and then release. Now let's add the text to the circle. Grab the type tool and choose the font you'd like to use for this project. I'm going to keep it simple and use Abadi Empty Condensed Extra Bold. Here I'm going to set the font size to 10 point. And since I want the text to be centered, I'm going to click the center text icon. I will leave the text color as white, but feel free to use any color you like. Next, open the character panel. If you don't see it, in the menu bar, go to Window, Character. And here in the character panel, make sure the baseline shift is set to 0 point. Now, on your document, hover your cursor over the circle path. When you see the squiggly wavy line appear like this, click once. Here, I'm going to click right at the top center on that tiny blue square right there. And then go ahead and type your text. Once you are happy with how it looks, especially that it is really centered, click the check mark in the options bar to commit the text. Now let's create the second line of text. But before that, I'm going to rename this layer into upper text. And now let's go ahead and press Ctrl J, Mac Command J, to duplicate the text layer. And here I'm going to rename it to lower text. Now grab the path selection tool. Hover near the path and wait for the cursor to change like this. Once it does, click and drag the text to reposition it, and then drag it inside the circle and move it toward the bottom. And then now switch back to the type tool. Highlight the text like that and type your new wording. I'm going to change mine to my beautiful sunshine. All right, now in the tool options, just click the check mark to commit. All right, here I like to match the font size on the top and bottom to keep the design visually balanced and symmetrical. It also makes the text easier to read and helps keep the flow consistent. In the end, it gives the layout a more professional look, more thoughtful and intentional. Even if you change the wording or style, using the same size keeps everything feeling cohesive. And of course, it's much easier to align the top and bottom text properly when they are the same height. Can you use different font sizes? Oh yeah, absolutely. Just make sure to try it out first and see how you like the result. Sometimes a little contrast can be fun, as long as it still feels balanced in your overall design. Okay, so to align it nicely with the top text, open the character panel again and adjust the baseline shift. Here I will try -10 and then just press enter and see how it looks. Oh, I think that is too far. So, okay, I'm going to try -7. Oh yeah, right. This is perfect. So here is what it looks like after I added a pattern paper to the middle circle and a beautiful flower stamp element. I used mystery scraps for my mom kit, and the pattern paper is from the One Moment bundle. To see the credits for everything I used in this video, make sure to check the description box below. Let's say you don't want that solid border look for your circular text. Maybe you just want a dotted or dashed line, like this example here. To do that, grab the ellipse tool again. In the tool options, set the tool mode to shape. Click on the fill icon and set it to no color. And then set the stroke size to 10 pixels. And choose any color you like by clicking the stroke icon and choose the color picker. I am going to pick black for this example. Next, click on the stroke type icon and choose the dotted line style. Click to apply it and press Enter, Mac Return key to close the pop-up menu. Now, go to your document and click and drag to draw a circle. In the menu bar, go to Layer, Rasterize Shape. Just like before, go ahead and create the circular text. You can refer back to the previous step if you need a reminder on how to do it. In the Layers panel, click on the background layer. Next, grab the ellipse tool again. This time set the size to 12 pixels and click and drag to create a new circle, slightly larger than the text, and I will just eyeball it to make sure that it's center, and then just release. Now I'm going to create a solid line, and to do that, in a layers panel, go back to the background layer, and then here, while you're still in the ellipse tool, so I'm going to set the stroke to 0 pixel. Well, probably, let's see, no, not 0, but I'm going to do it like probably around 2 pixels. All right, and here in the in a shape stroke type, I'm going to use this one over here. All right, and then just click anywhere to close the pop-up menu. And then on the document, just create another circle that is bigger than the last one that you made, and eyeball it to make sure that it's in the center, just like that, and release. Once you are happy with how everything looks, you can go ahead and rasterize the text layers and merge the two layers together. Now, get the Move tool. We want to make sure that all the layers are aligned. In the Layers panel, click on the top text layer, and then Shift-click to the bottom layer to select them all, except for the background layer. And here, in the tool options, click on the Align Horizontal Centers. And also here, click on the Align Vertical Centers. Now, grab the Marquee tool. On the document, click and drag to create a selection around the design. In the menu bar, go to Image, Crop. Press Ctrl D, Cmd D to get rid of the selection outline. And finally, delete the background layer. And now you can save your design as a PNG file with a transparent background. So to do that, in the menu bar, go to Save a Copy. And here you can just say, I will save it as stamp. I will just put it in the desktop for now, and the format to PNG, and then click Save. I will save it to large file size, fastest saving, and then click OK. So now, if you want to open the file, just go to the menu bar and choose File, Open. Locate the file you just saved, click on it, and open it. And then click and drag the layer into your new document. In my case, I'm just going to drag it into this document here, just to show you. And that's it for today's tutorial. I hope this gave you some new ideas for working with circular text in Photoshop. No matter if you're using a solid line, a dashed line, or no border at all. If you found this helpful, feel free to give it a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I love sharing what I've learned with you, and I'm always learning too. Thanks so much for spending time with me in my little studio today. Wishing you a lovely, wonderful day, and as always, keep on scrapping.